So I want to know your experiences with what has been your experiences with streaming, and what do you think? Where does it stand? Is it really an enabler that it came as a promise of? Do you also have you have something to say about this? About streaming right now, and is it really there for the kind of cinema that you represent?
Yeah, actually, right now the streaming platforms and the box office both are same. Right now, their basics is choosing a movie is stardom. Yeah, yeah. Then I don't know how can we crack it because in Kerala there is lot of funders, investors from Bollywood cinemas or outside India. But right now, they are all they are not happy with the business. So, this is May, only 4 or 5 Malayalam films came on the major OTT platforms. But we made almost 80 movies almost released. Yeah, yeah. So the industry is total loss. So I don't know. Me also in the crisis of selling our own movies.
I think there are different, I agree with what you said. I think it's become a situation where it came with a certain intention of course, enabling, or people thought it did. One can't say what it came in with. I don't know what the people came in with as an idea, but one thought that it, just by virtue of opening up quantity of work, it allowed for different kinds of narratives to come in. And then once they did take that chance and they did well, you expected that now there would be a plethora of that. But what ended up happening is at some point, my guess is that funds ultimately become a thing. See, OTT is not a ticket-based thing. Yeah. It's a subscription-based thing. So it becomes it's not just the success of one show that determines it going into another season. It's determined by how many people are subscribing to your platform at that time, and what are the kind of material and subjects that bring them in. So what's again ended up happening is now again in that OTT space also you're looking at how many followers does this one have, how viable is it. No, nowadays, thriller is working, so we'll do thriller. But you have to have foresight. If thriller's been working for the last 2 years, by the time your project comes out, a new trend will come. You can't be silly enough to say that, no, we'll keep doing thriller till 7 thrillers flop and then we'll think of the next new thing. You have to have some sort of foresight, which I don't see happening. The only other thing that I see that ends up working, which is what happened with Jeo Baby's film or many other filmmakers and friends that I know, you make your film independently, which you struggle and make because it's not at all easy, where funding, filmmaking is not a cheap medium or a cheap art form. It requires a certain kind of, basic capital. But people who do manage to somehow independently make it, then come and sell the final product, because A, it gave them the freedom to make it the way they want to, with the vision that they had, and B, once you have a final product in place and not something that people who don't have creativity have to imagine and think about, then maybe they can buy it and acquire it, as they say, and put it out there. But right now, the market is saturated. There are too many platforms, there's too much material, and there's not enough time to see stuff, and unless most of the times people don't even know a film is out because it requires marketing, which is again another additional cost. So it's not very well thought out. I think things just kind of rolled out, and now, as it always happens, when you hit a crisis, the crisis is always money related, then you will find money related solutions. And money related solutions are always thought of in short-sighted ways, where you're thinking of, oh, okay, let's just get big stars, let's just get eyeballs, that's what's going to give the money rolling, and then maybe we can think about doing things creatively and differently, which never happens.
Right. Anand.
Yeah, no, just to add to that, and it's true that for every independent film that makes it, like I think Jeo Baby also mentioned, that there are many others who still find it difficult to get it onto the platform. So for every independent film that you see and you say, wow, but this one did come onto the OTT, there are 100 others who haven't been able to make it. Or for every film that gets made, there are 100 scripts lying around with no takers. So it is a struggle, and he was right when you said that, theatre and OTT are actually not too different. The parameters remain the same, like Shahana was saying, big actors and all of that. Also, earlier independent cinema meant that you didn't have to define it. Adur Gopalakrishnan film was different from an Aravindan's film. Both may be from Kerala, but you know, there were, so, you know, Ritvik Ghatak was different from a Satyajit Ray, and both were great masters in their own right. That range is decreasing, even in the so-called independent cinema, because of these market forces, thriller and, you know, certain kind of rom-com, or, you know, this fast-paced films. Even a lot of Malayalam films, you will know better, are becoming more like Korean films. They are experimenting with the form, not as much the stories and the content. So in the first 10 minutes, all producers are saying, but where's the drama? Where's the drama? There's no space for a slow-burning, life-like film. Now, after seeing Adolescence, everyone is saying, wow, you know, that's so amazing. But Adolescence is a very slow-burning film. It's not one of your racy, pacey, whatever films that these people, and I think there was a lot of lashing out on that. Won't name the people, but, you know, where directors said that, would something like this ever be produced in India? Would there be takers for a series like this? So I think we have the same and some additional you know, forces and burdens and hurdles that we have to cross to make independent films. I really wish there would be a body, I don't know if it can be part of some kind of a initiative that could really support independent filmmakers to make and to take them to what you're saying, the global stage, or to these OTT platforms.